Good morning, everyone. I am freezing, but I'm in this little like matching PJ set because I want to be all cute and stuff, but like it's freezing. Today I'm going to go into my February TBR kind of. I don't ever make like a set TBR because those usually stress me out. I'm a very big mood reader. So lately, instead of making monthly TBRs, I make monthly mood read piles of doom. And what that is I will make a long list of books that I am interested in reading and have those books out off my shelf for the entire month, and then we kind of just see. So is it a TBR? Kind of. But I'm also not married to the idea of reading all of these books in that month because my list is also usually like 25 books long, and there's no way I'm reading that many books in a month unless I'm locked indoors for literally the entire month. Anyways, I have my mood read stack of doom and my Kindle full of books, and let's get into this mood read stack of doom. The first thing I do when I am going about what I want to read in the next month, I always check these Goodreads challenges. Goodreads is currently doing their winter challenge, which lasts through January through March. Currently 4 of them are still a mystery, but there are 2 that aren't a mystery that I still haven't gotten to. The first one is Star Selections, and the books that qualify for these books are a list of books that were on Celebrity Book Club picks. So I'm just gonna look. There's a lot of books on here that I want to read. Wild Dark Shore is on my Kindle. Great Big Beautiful Life is on my Kindle. Broken Country is in this stack. The Irish Goodbye I have on my Kindle. The Names. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. Not in this pile, but it's on my shelf. Not Quite Dead Yet in the Compound I have on my Kindle. Junie I also have on my Kindle. So this is one that I don't think I will have a problem fulfilling because I have so many books that are on my radar that are on this list. I'm bound to approach one of those books in this coming month. The next section of this challenge is Tale Spinners. This is about retellings. I don't know really if like any of these books are on my radar. The ones that I'm like most interested in, I've already read. Song of Achilles and Circe I've read. There's a lot of like Greek mythology ones that are on this list. Daughter of the Moon Goddess is on this list and I have it. I'm just not sure how into fantasy I am right now. I might pick that up though. The Jasmine Throne, I am interested in that. I don't have it on my Kindle or in person, but that is definitely a book that's like on my radar of like want to buy. I do have Hamnet on my Kindle and I've been wanting to read that because the movie's coming out. I think Paul Mescal is in it, so maybe I'll read that one. I could reread The Favorites. No, I'm not gonna reread. I have too many books on my TBR. I'm not gonna reread The Favorites. Maybe if I have time at the end of this month, because it's currently the 28th, so I might have time at the end of this month to reread. Death is Dead is also on my radar, but that just came out and I'm waiting to see how like the reviews sound. We're now going to get into this stack of books that I have. They're sort of separated by genre. I think the most prevalent genre here is like literary stuff, but we're gonna get into romance first. These are the romance books that I have picked out for this mood read pile. First one is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I'm currently reading This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, and I really like this series, and I've been waiting to get to Hendrix's story because I think Hendrix is my favorite out of all of them. So I've been waiting to get to Hendrix's story, so I'm really excited to read her book, and I know as soon as I'm done with This Could Be Us, I'm probably gonna want to get right into Can't Get Enough. Lately, I've been in the mood for an Emily Henry, and I'm glad that I am stubborn and I wait till the book comes out in paperback because I haven't read Funny Story yet. Very much so would like to get into Funny Story very soon, especially because the Great Big Beautiful Life paperback is coming out in May, and so I'm hoping to read this before then so that way I don't have too much of a backlog of Emily Henry to read. I'm stubborn and I don't read her books until they come out in paperback because I have all of her other books in paperback. I don't want hardbacks. Anyway, this is in the pile. I recently got Revolve from Pango Books, and I've been meaning to read Spiral for a while. I read Collide in March of last year and I enjoyed it, so I've been meaning to get into Spiral for a while to like finish out that series. And since I also have Revolve on the way from Pango Books, this would be great to get into so I can keep that series going. I have 3 classics on the menu for next month. The first 2, one of them I have on my Kindle, the other one I have physically, and that is Carmilla and Dracula. Ever since I watched Sinners, I've been like, in my mind, I've been like, oh, I'm obsessed with vampires. I kind of want to read like the origins of vampires in literature, which is, from my knowledge, these 2 books, Carmilla first and then Dracula, which y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. That is what I know about the origins of vampires in literature. So I really want to get to these 2 soon. I want to read Carmilla first and then Dracula. But yeah, I'm really excited to get more into vampires because after this, I think I'm going to start reading more vampire books. Then I also want to get into this this humongous book. This is The Count of Monte Cristo. I've seen so many people getting into this on Book Talk, and I've had a copy of this book for a while, and I've wanted to read it for a while, but you can understand why I'm intimidated by this. I don't think the language is like anything crazy hard to understand, so I'm not too worried about that. It's long, and with classics I know we're about to spend 200 pages describing something pointless, but I am excited to get into this one and get this done and feel accomplished with it. The next two books, I don't really have any other books from this genre in this TBR. I'm just gonna go into them individually. We Used to Live Here is on my mood read list. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I was going to read it this past weekend during Snowmageddon, but then I was like, I don't think I want to read this while I'm trapped in my house, so hopefully I can get to this soon while I'm able to leave my house and go out and do things, and I don't have to sit there with my terror from this book, because I've heard this is really scary. This next book, from what I have heard, is more like sci-fi dystopian type thing. The word I was looking for is post-apocalyptic, but leaning sci-fi, I don't know. It's I Who Have Never Known Men. I think I'm the last person to read this book, but I'm really excited about it. It's about these women who get kidnapped and trapped underground and they don't remember anything. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. It smells so good. It smells like, you know, the rubber of like a stamp you have to put in ink and then stamp it. Like, it smells like the rubber of that. It smells so good. Yes, I am that kid that sniffed glue and Sharpies all the time. Anyway, this next section is more like literary stuff. Like I talked about earlier, I want to read Broken Country. This is a Reese's book club pick, so it would help me with my Goodreads thing. From what I understand, this is about like family and generations, and it's centered around like a trial of some sort. But yeah, I'm excited about this, and I'm hoping I can get to it soon. This next book I saw in a free little library and I thought it looked good. It's called Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. It says, I'm learning to speak to give myself a way out, a way in. From what I understand about reading the back of the book, which also, you know I got this from a little free library and I didn't get it from a bookstore recently, because the price says it's only $9.99 US. I remember when books were that cheap. But anyway, Piecing Me Together is about a girl who lives in a poor neighborhood and she's going to private school and trying to get a way out of her situation. Yeah, I saw this in a little free library and I was like, this sounds so good. That's the next book on this pile. Then we have a book that's been on my radar for a while. It's May Luna by Kelly McNeil. The way this was described to me is if like YN One Direction fan fiction came to life and like was good and is a book, and I live. I'm really excited to read this. The last book I have on my stack of doom for next month is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. From what I understand, this is about a hockey team in a small town and they're coming together to save the town? Save the team. The hockey team is about to compete in nationals. But yeah, I haven't read a Frederick Bachman book before. This seems like a good place to start. I know this is a series, but yeah, super excited to read this. Those are all my physical books. I thought I'd just list off a couple of books that I have downloaded on my Kindle that are on my radar. Again, do I think I'm gonna get to all of these books in February? No. It's good to have an idea of where the month is going reading wise. A couple that I mentioned earlier were Junie, The Name. I think I mentioned The Irish Goodbye, The Compound. I will be reading Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston next month because I'm in a book club that's reading it. Wild Dark Shore is on my radar. Hell, I feel like every book is on my radar. But yeah, I'm super excited to go into this new month of reading. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me go through this crazy mood read situation. I don't know. I like making these piles at the beginning of the month, but I also understand that they kind of make no sense and there's no real rhyme or reason to it. And I'm kind of just like, here are 25 books that I would like to get to. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to see more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!